Happy March, Washington Township community. I am your proud superintendent, Dr. Nikki Woodson, and I am thrilled to be at West Lane Middle School today, and we are talking to students. Welcome to the Soup Scoop, West Lane students. I am here today because I've heard so many questions and wonderful inquiries from the Washington Township community about our International Baccalaureate Initiative. This is an initiative we are doing for every student in every school in Washington Township. We're one of few public school districts nationwide doing this. And I wanted the voice of students to talk about what IB is. They can do it better than I. So first of all, welcome to Soup Scoop. Thanks for being here. We've got all grades represented, right? 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. Let's just start with, what in the world is IB, or International Baccalaureate? What does that mean to you?
I think that IB means to me, I think that means that it gets your future together. It gets you together. It keeps you on track with what you want to be. I think that it can help you a lot.
Okay, others, what is IB?
I think it kind of represents about us being it's like showing what's our personality, and everybody else, sharing personalities with everybody else.
Okay, so one of the questions I get from parents a lot is, well, you know, I've done school. All of our parents or grandparents or people we know as adults have done school like you're doing right now. What would you say is different about being in an IB school versus maybe a school that they may know?
It's really supportive on helping you get to your future, like going to college and getting a good job to help people and make good money.
Okay.
Not only do we learn, but we learn how to learn, and kind of the best way for us to understand things based on our personalities and how we learn.
I think it's like more sophisticated than just going to school, because we're not just told to follow the rules. We're actually given a set of rules to follow, and they're not too strict. They're actually like morals that we should try to do, and we do it to ourselves, and we're not forced to do it.
I appreciate that, Joey. What is that called from the IB work? He's talking about this set of principles that guides your work here, and it's kind of the morals. What is that called? What do we call that in IB?
The learner profile.
The learner profile, which is kind of like the values of the whole program. So that is another question, because people see the learner profile posted everywhere. It's everywhere at West Lane, right? And in all of our schools. What does the learner profile mean for you as a student here at West Lane?
I think the learning profile means that, like just like Joey said, it's a set of values that you should follow and that you should want to be. Like, I'm sure people will want to be caring to one another. Like people say, treat people how you want to be treated. And I'm sure people like to be thinkers and like to be risk takers and get out there, show yourself, make a good example.
They're positive personality traits.
Okay.
The learner profiles are basically all the parts of you, but some learner profiles stick out more than others. It depends on your personality and how your values determine your life.
So which learner profile do you most exhibit? What about you?
I think I'm a risk taker, and I try and do it on all aspects of life, like whether it's sports, school, or anything in life. I try and take risks and try and think new subjects and new.
Fantastic. What about you?
I think my learner profile mostly is caring, because like I care about people, and like you have to like care for others. Like, since I want to be a doctor, you have to be caring to like take care of your patients. You can't just yell at them for being sick or something.
That is true. Now, another part of IB, obviously, we've talked about the student aspect, and that's an important part, because that's why we're here, to do schools for the students. But IB impacts teaching too. How have you seen your teachers different now that we're doing IB, or what does it mean in the classroom with what the teachers are doing? Yeah.
They mention the word all the time. Like, you need to be a communicator. You need to communicate to me that you have lost your homework so your grade can be better.
In my English class, we do article reviews, and we get like one every week or two. And our teacher, he gives us these 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have to do 5 things we learned, 4 things we knew, 3 questions we have, 2 sides of an opinion, and then 1 IB that we get from the article.
Fantastic.
I think the teachers, they don't just teach, they get a better understanding for the kids on what they need to learn. And like Carly, they use the words all the time. Like say if they're giving a lecture to you about something, they will use say Black History Month, Martin Luther King, he was a good communicator to people and stuff like that.
So you hear those learner profile words a lot, not just in your schoolwork, but with the teachers interacting with you. What has it meant, IB, here at Wesleyan, for student-to-student communications and relationships? We've talked about you as a student, we've talked about you and your teacher, but what about student-to-student? Yes?
Well, I think it's like student to student because like how Zikra, she's Muslim, so Muslims can't really eat pork, so I don't judge her about that. I kind of just stay her friend and support her in her religion, even though I'm Christian.
Fantastic. Others?
I think it's helped a lot with like bullying. Like people aren't as
Judgmental.
and
Okay.
judgmental. Yeah.
Others agree with that?
Yeah.
See the difference?
Definitely.
Yes.
I think the IB really helps with making friendships because you can find connections with people and you can see like, oh, you're also a communicator. And then you can find like connections with people.
Fantastic. Yes.
I think we encourage each other, like each of us all like to have fun, but all of us need to encourage each other to get focused back on school, let all your energy out at the end of the day instead of the middle.
Fantastic. Yes.
There are some teachers who, like when they put us in new seats, at the beginning of the year we did a lot of activities where we would tell the class kind of what we're like and what profiles we show the best. And I've had 2 teachers who put us into groups based on that. So we were kind of balanced out and there were a couple of clashing personalities,
Sure.
but we all got along really well.
Great.
In our English class with Miss Phoebus, she switches around the seats so that you get to work with everybody in the classroom
Nice.
and not just the same people over and over again.
Nice. Well, I want to appreciate you publicly, each of you, for sharing your thoughts about IB. I did not prepare them with questions. We just pulled them out of class and started asking them questions. But I hope Washington Township community, you can see the true impact that IB is having in the lives of our students and in teaching and learning in all of our classrooms. Thank you each for being here today. I appreciate it. You just heard from some amazing students here at Wesleyan about our IB efforts. Behind me here is exactly what they've been talking about. It's an example of the student work tied to the philosophy and that learner profile that they mentioned. We are so proud to be able to do IB for every child in every school here in Washington Township. Coming this April, we will have our IB authorization visit for all 7 of our elementary schools. Our secondary schools will be next year at this same time. We wish every family a wonderful spring break, and I certainly want to remind all families that good news is all around us here in Washington Township. I encourage you to go to our Facebook page and our website to learn all of the wonderful things that are happening in all of our schools. We certainly don't want to skim over that time this month, but I wanted to give a lot of time to hearing those student voices. Continue to send in your good news. I enjoy reading it. Last but certainly not least, our school board approved the student hours that will begin next school year. For details on what those hours are for your family planning, please visit our website. Thank you, Washington Township community. I wish you a wonderful March.